Hi, it's Barbara Greenlee with Green Moon Stamp Studio, and today I'm going to show you how to make this little magnetic backed calendar. It's a tear-off calendar and it's super easy to make, so let's get started. Okay, so in this video we're going to make this cute little tear-off calendar project, and it's magnetic backed so that it can stick to the fridge or wherever. Makes great gifts for everybody on your list this Christmas, neighbors, co-workers, etc. And let me see. Let's move some stuff out of the way. Okay, so what we're using is a standard quarter sheet for our background, which is early espresso. Let me actually put the project here in the corner so that you can see it while we're working. And then I have used boho blue to go on top of that. I love the boho blue with the early espresso, so pretty. And we're using this big die. This is from Gorgeous Garden. It's a 2-pack. This is what the other die looks like. Whoops. That comes in the pack. It's a pack of 2. This one is a better background for what we're doing because we would cover up a lot of those flowers. So the other thing that I did to make it easy so that you didn't have to tape everything or glue everything down, all those leaves, is that I backed it with the adhesive back sheet. So when it runs through the machine, it's going to cut all that out and become a giant sticker. So don't forget about those adhesive back sheets. They're great for this sort of thing. The calendar that goes on it, I get that from Tailored Expressions. Currently, their price is $4 for a pack of 10 of these. And you just take off their little advertisement on the top, and then you've got a calendar. So I don't think there's another advertisement inside. No, I don't see one. So it's just that top one. And then the magnets for the back, I get those from Marietta Magnets. They're on Amazon. So that's that. They do have a more magnetic side. So you'll want to test them before you put your sticky strip on there, or tear and tape is what it's called now. So I've already figured out which side was the stickier side. See, I've got a magnet behind me. And so this is the stickier side, so I'm putting my tape on the less sticky side. I just tested it to make sure. Okay, so let's go ahead and prep the rest of our things that go on the card. We're going to use a scrap of vellum, and I'm using the modern oval punch for that. So we need that little piece. This modern oval punch is in the new mini catalog. I love the size of it. And we need our greeting, and the greeting came out of Charming Sentiments. We're going to stamp that in Versamark and heat emboss with white embossing powder. Probably should have used my embossing buddy, but I forgot to grab that. So we're going to wing it. Just don't press too hard if you're winging it, and then you won't get a halo. Okay, then we're going to get some white embossing powder. And it looks like I've got a couple of spots to hit with the paintbrush. So let me grab my paintbrushes. Let's see, what do I got? Doesn't have to be perfect, but get this. This one's a little smaller. I've got a ton of little cheap paintbrushes sitting around. Plus there's the nice ones that came in the embossing toolkit. Oops. Took a little too much off. Try that again. Had a stray brush hair. Okay, so let's heat emboss this. Grab my heat tool. Okay, that's all embossed. And let's grab the Big Boss machine and cut this out and our leaf background from the Gorgeous. This one, love these where it cuts out the sentiment right up to the edges of everything. So you've got to make sure you've got it lined up really good because it goes right to the edge. No, I should have moved up further. Got a bubble in my plate. It's time to get a new plate, you think? Maybe? Okay, so there's our little greeting. And then grab the adhesive sheet backed boho blue. And this is going to be the same size as your background, so a quarter sheet. Or actually, no, I think I made it bigger. No, I made it the same. Yeah, okay, double checking. Yeah, so it's a quarter sheet, just like the background. And when you cut it out, you're going to leave an edge all the way around because you're going to have that frame on there. This frame stays and you cut out inside the leaves. So then it'll be flush with your background. Okay, so that looks good. Oops. And you also want to go in at an angle. So make sure it looks pretty straight before you go. And this is going to be harder to run through because it's such a big die. And also you've added a layer with that adhesive. Okay, so let's bring everything back. There's our project we're making. Here's our background. I'm going to remove the die. And it doesn't matter if you get these little pieces out. I like to actually leave them in because what you're going to do is pull it off like a sticker. So let me show you. So you get it started on the corner. And usually there's not a bunch of people watching you do this. My goodness. Let's try another corner. This one has a little bit of adhesive sticking out. There we go. Okay. So now when you peel it up, you want to leave behind the parts that are cut out. So some of them will fall out, some of them will come with, but hopefully a lot of them will stay behind on the background. And you can kind of push them down with your fingers as you pull up to keep them out of your way. When I did my first sample, I didn't put the adhesive backing on there. And then I thought, oh, this is going to be hard to glue down. I want the adhesive backing. So you can see mostly everything just peeled away. A couple of little things got stuck to the adhesive, but it's all there. Okay. So now we're just going to stick it down. And again, it's flush with the edge. So my advice there is to get one corner flush. And then you can kind of work. Oops, we got a little hitchhiker right there. Okay. I don't see any more hitchhikers. Okay, so now that's all stuck down. You can always do some extra trimming if you need to. You could make your background more than a quarter sheet and then trim it after you put this on. That would be easier than lining up the edges, but it does pretty well. Okay, now we're going to put on the greeting. So get our calendar, and our mat for our calendar is just a 1/4 inch bigger than the calendar. So depending on what calendars you're using. And our greeting is right here. So that I put up on dimensionals. I'm going to use black dimensionals because we're using early espresso paper. And then we also have a ribbon. So let's get everything kind of stuck down. We want to put another strip of tape on the back of this. That's going to go up here at the top on the back. Then I'm just going to kind of stage this right here so I know I have plenty of room. Okay, we're going to put a couple of strips of tear and tape on the back of our calendar. And the reason we're using tear and tape is because if somebody's using this calendar, they're going to be pulling on it. So you want the strongest tape available, which is the tear and tape. So I decided to put 3 on the actual calendar. And then we're going to stick that down to the little early espresso mat. Now we need some more tear and tape on the back of the mat, because that's also going to take some stress with people tearing off the calendars. Got a little noise outside. Hopefully you can't hear that. Somebody's doing yard work or something. Okay, now let's get those off. I love taking this off with the Take Your Pick tool. Works great for getting those off. And of course, right as I said that, that curled up, but works really good to get that off. Okay, now we're going to put this down here at the bottom, about a ½ inch from the bottom, but you can also use your greeting pieces, these, to make sure that you're leaving enough room for whatever greeting you're putting on top. Okay, so since we're using vellum, we're going to do this part first. And let's see, where are my dimensionals? I'm using the black. So I can use some big ones. I might be able to put another big one right there. Okay. Well, I thought I might use little ones. I could put a little one right there. Why not just make it extra secure? Okay, that's overkill. You don't have to use that many. And we're going to tape that down, or dimensional it down to the vellum. Put your vellum on something that you can see. Okay, right about there. Okay, now you can see where to put some tape on the back. So you're just going to put some tape in the same spot that you put the dimensionals. Went a little bit over with that edge, but I don't think it's going to be noticeable. Okay, then put this right above your calendar in the center. And then we're going to add a brass butterfly using the bigger brass butterfly right there. And a ribbon. So 12 inches of ribbon. There are not numbers on this sheet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's about right. Okay. I'm using my bow maker tool. I have a bow making video to show you how to make this tool and how to use this bow making, how to use the tool to make your bow. Looks like I should have given myself like 1 more inch. Or cut my ribbon before my video. Then it would have been 12 inches for sure. Okay. Trim the edges and get a glue dot. Oh, that was the last glue dot. All right, and then just stick it right here by your greeting. And ta-da! There is your magnetic tear off calendar project. I hope you make a bunch of these. Let me know how you liked it. And don't forget to give me a like, a comment, and a share. Thanks.